Hi everybody, Heather Lambert, Scentsy Family Director of Team Proud to Party. I'm here with you with some Grace Adele tips. I was originally, we just got back from Spring Sprint, and I was originally scheduled to talk about Grace Adele. I ended up doing Rocking Your Home Parties, but Grace Adele, I spent some time researching and thinking about what I could share about Grace Adele, and so I came up with lots of stuff, and then I didn't get to share with anybody, so I thought, let me make a video so I can share all the great things that I came up with. So when I knew I was going to talk about Grace Adele, the first thing I did was go on YouTube, and I encourage you to do this. I went on YouTube and I searched Grace Adele Home Party. And because our brand is new, there were a lot of people out there that were videotaping themselves at Grace Adele Home Parties so they could share Grace Adele with people. And what I found opened my eyes. Almost every single one of those videos was exactly the same. Hi. This is Grace Adele. It's a brand new brand from Scentsy Family, and it is a style system made up of many different steps. The first step is to choose your color. We have several colors. They are, then you choose a bag. The bags are this one, and this one, and this one, and this one. Then you choose a clutch. And this one, and this one, and this one. And it was so boring to watch. And everyone was the same. And I could just imagine myself, I couldn't stand to watch 30 minutes or even 30 seconds or even a minute of the videos. I couldn't imagine sitting through the whole party all the way to the end. I pushed stop. I couldn't watch it anymore, and they were all the same. And I am guilty of this. We've all done it because that's what we learned. That's what they taught us. That's what it is. It's so exciting. It's a style system. And let me show you. Step 1, this is it. Step 2. But you know what? If you stand up there in front of a crowd and you walk and talk through all of that one step at a time and share with them each and every bag and each and every product and each and every color, they're going to be bored out of their minds. And they're not going to have fun. And if they don't have fun, they're not going to want to party with you anymore, and they're not going to be all that excited to go shopping. So, my biggest tip for you is to make sure your Grace Adele parties are fun and interactive and exciting. Women love to interact and do things and touch and feel the products. They can't do that if you're standing up there just talking about each bag. So, the key to a great party is to get them interacting and get them excited and have fun. So one of the activities that I thought about to kick off my spring sprint speeches was to see if anybody in the room had brought their bag. So when you invite people to the party, have your hostess encourage them to bring their purse with them. Because at Grace Adele parties, most people are going to bring a bag that is not Grace Adele. And when you get to the party, you can ask each of the guests or just a few volunteers to talk about their bag. Have them tell you what they love about their bag that they already have. Why do they like it? Why did they buy it? You're going to find out so much valuable information. First of all, you're going to get to know the guests. You're going to get to know them, and they're going to start to trust you because you care about what they like. 2, you're going to find out why they love a purse. You're going to find out what they need a purse for. You're going to find out what kind of lifestyle they have that works with their bag, or maybe it doesn't, and that's why they're there. So you're going to find out that they hate to carry a bag and it has to have a long strap. Well, you have narrowed down for them which purses they need to have for Grace Adele, and they don't need to hear about the others. Maybe they don't carry a purse. They don't want to hear about all your big bags. If they don't carry a purse and they don't want to carry a purse and they hate carrying a big old bag and they just want something small, they do not care to hear about all the other bags. Don't make them sit through it. They will be bored out of their mind and not want to stay. So, if you ask them about their bags and what they love about each of their bags, you're going to find out what they need from you. And then you can tailor your talks and tailor your suggestions to them, and they're going to love your suggestions because it's what they like. Also ask them what they don't like about their bag, because even though it fits for this and this, maybe it's really gotten too full and they need a little bit more room. Or maybe they can never find what they're looking for. Or maybe the strap, it always falls off my shoulder and blah, blah, blah. Find out what they don't like about their bag so that you can show them something in Grace Adele that's going to solve that problem for them. and it's going to be better than what they currently have, and that's what you want. So that's a great little interactive thing that you can do at your parties. It's a great icebreaker. It's a great information gatherer, and then it can help you tailor what you talk about for your guests that are actually there. And it may be that you don't talk about the products at all to the whole group. And just narrow in on each person individually. So get them excited. You have to remember that we are pioneers to Grace Adele. We are the first Grace Adele consultants. And similar to the early Scentsy consultants, we are going to have to do a lot of work to get Grace Adele out there. And a lot of people, I've heard them say, well, you know, I don't do very much with Grace Adele. Scentsy does better for me, so I'm just going to stick with that. And that is great. If you have passion for Scentsy fragrance and you are not so in love with Grace Adele that you can't stop talking about it, then maybe you shouldn't do Grace Adele. But if you want to do Grace Adele and you love Grace Adele but you're just struggling, you have to remember that Grace Adele is brand spanking new. And it is going to take a lot of interaction, a lot of talking, a lot of sharing, a lot of showing people what Grace Adele is before they fall in love with it. They're not going to want it until they fall in love with it. And they're not going to fall in love with it until they have seen it over and over and over again. And it is not out there yet. I can't wait for the day when I see Grace Adele bag out in public and it's not a consultant. That will be our sign that things are starting to happen. So we've got to put it out there. It means that we have to wear it. We have to wear our Grace Adele. We have to use our Grace Adele so that people can see it. And when they see it and they go, wow, I really like those earrings. Those are really pretty. And you go, oh, thank you. They're Grace Adele. Do you love them? And then, have you heard about Grace Adele? Let me tell you about it. Why don't we make an appointment? Let me get your phone number and we can get together over coffee and I can show you the new catalog. A lot of great stuff. Got any gifts you need to buy? Let me help you. I've got some great things. So you've got to wear it yourself. Do not show up at a Grace Adele party or even a Scentsy party with a Coach bag and try to book a Grace Adele party. Like, that's not happening. If people know that you sell Grace Adele and you're trying to book Grace Adele parties, they better see you carrying Grace Adele, because if you don't love it enough to carry it, then why should they? So that's really, really important, especially with something like Grace Adele. It'd be kind of like going to a Scentsy party and bring in your Febreze room spray to clear the scents out of the room before you have your Scentsy party. Like, it just doesn't make sense. You know what I mean? Alright. So, or it would be like you driving your car with one of those Christmas tree scent things in it. Could you imagine having a Christmas tree in your car and you sell Scentsy? That's just not good. And if any of you have Christmas trees in your car, you better go take them out. So just remember, Grace Adele is new, and we have to get it out there. So you're wearing your Scentsy. You're giving it as gifts. 2 years ago for Christmas, every female on my Christmas list got Grace Adele jewelry. It's really very reasonably priced. And I would have bought them a present anyway, and jewelry and scarves and little bags and clutches are great gifts for women for lots of different occasions. So if you have an occasion and you need to buy somebody a present, take a look at your Grace Adele catalog and see if there's something that would be perfect. Because a lot of times there will be. And if you're giving it as gifts, then people are going to see it. You're putting it out there in the world, and the more Grace Adele we put out in the world, the more people are going to start recognizing it. What else do we need to do? You have to remember to that just like with Scentsy, your starter kit is all you need to grow your business. And with Grace Adele, you have to remember your starter kit is all you need to grow your business. And I have seen a lot of people struggling because they think that they need to have one of every bag and one of every color in order to be successful. I can't have a party or an event because I don't have every bag, and people want to see them. People want to touch them. Well, sure, that would be ideal. If we had every single bag and every single color that people could see, touch, feel, and try on before they bought them to make sure it's what they like. But it's not realistic. And most of us don't have money to do that. I don't. And so you have to remember that you don't need it. Would it be great Sure. Would it be nice to have that bag builder kit so they could like paper doll their bags together and figure it out? That would be great, but it's pricey. It's expensive. I'm not going to spend the money for that. Now, if you really want to, or you do a lot of Grace Adele events and a lot of Grace Adele parties, maybe you do want to invest that money, and that's up to you and your business, but it's not necessary. It's not required for a successful business, and you have to remember that. There are ways to work the business with very little. All you need is your starter kit. You use the bag in your starter kit. If you don't have enough money to buy your own bag, use your starter kit bag. Carry that around with you. Wear the jewelry that came in your kit from time to time. But that's all that you need to showcase the quality of Grace Adele and how the system works. That's all you need is that one bag and a couple of clutches. You go to a party, you can show them the intelligent interior. You can show them how beautiful the lining is. You can show them the quality and the feel of the faux leather. You can show them how the bag transforms when you change the clutch and add a few clip-ons. They will get the idea. They will understand the system, and they will understand that this is a quality bag just by that one. Now that they can go shop in the catalog. How many of you have ever bought something out of a catalog that you never touched, you never tried on? How many of you have shopped online and bought something that you never touched and you never tried on? We do it all the time. The online shopping market is huge, and I remember shopping catalogs all the time. Before online was big, we shopped out of the catalog all the time. We lived in Bermuda. There weren't a lot of stores, so we always shopped the catalog, and it came in the mail. And then we were surprised and excited when it got there because it was the first time we'd seen it in person. People shop in catalogs and online. They don't have to touch and see it all the time. It's possible. They will do it if they love it. And so it's up to you in getting to know your guests and finding out what their needs are for a bag. Buying a bag is like a haircut. You got to find the right cut for the right person and their lifestyle. A bag is the same way. You've got to find the right bag for that person's lifestyle. Otherwise, they won't love it. I met a lady at an event who actually had a Grace Adele bag, and she gave it away because she didn't like it. She said it was too small. I said, what? Too small, Grace Adele? Because most of our bags are really big. And so I questioned her, and I asked her, and her preferences for a bag was a little bit larger and one that she could open and see everything inside. And the Emma bag that we used to have was not that kind of bag. And so it wasn't the bag for her. It wasn't that she didn't like Grace Adele. It was that she didn't have the right bag from Grace Adele. And so we showed her a couple of other options, and she fell in love, and she bought another Grace Adele bag. So you've got to make sure the bag is right for the person. Just like a hairdresser does. They've got to question their clients and ask about their lifestyle. A stay-at-home mom with 3 or 4 kids at home is not going to enjoy a haircut that has to be blow-dried and curled and styled every day. They just don't have time for that. They're not going to spend an hour in the morning doing their hair so that they can stay home with their children. And then they're never going to love their haircut because they're never going to feel good about themselves. So it's not the right cut for them. So you got to find the right cut for the right person, and you got to find the right bag for the right person. Same idea. The measurements for each bag are also listed in our catalog, so that makes it handy. When you just have your one bag from your starter kit, you know how big that bag is, and you can compare those measurements to the other bags. So if somebody tries on your starter kit bag and they say, well, this is too big, then you can look at the dimensions for the other bags and find one a little smaller. Or if this bag is too small and they'd rather have something taller, you could go and look at the measurements for the other bags and find a taller one for them and narrow in on the style that's going to be best for that person. Now, there's a lot of things you can do at a party also to generate excitement and future business. So the first one is to use the drawing slips and do a drawing, do a giveaway. But remember, you don't have to use Grace Adele products. You can. It can be pricey, but there are ways. You can get a 3-pack of earrings for $20 and buy that at half price, so $10. So each pair of earrings is only $3. That's like giving away a cent circle, right? You can do scarves or clip-ons for half price and get them very reasonably. But it doesn't have to be Grace Adele products. Remember, we're talking about women, we're talking about persons, and we're talking about style and fashion and taking care of ourselves and looking good and feeling good. And it can be anything. I got some cute sticky notes once in a neat shape and that you could keep in your purse, and that's great. A pen, you know, you can give anything. Go to the dollar store and find some cute little things that girls would love. Wish lists are key at a Grace Adele party. You want those women shopping in those catalogs and writing down anything and everything they could possibly want, regardless of money. And then you're going to ask for their spouse's information, their parents' information, their kids, anybody that shops gifts for them. And then you're going to keep their wish list so that when their birthday comes around, their anniversary, Christmas, Mother's Day, Valentine's Day, you can call those people and say, I know what she wants, and I can help you with your gift giving. So that's really key. Another thing, you want to play games. You can do the dice game at a Grace Adele party and get bookings. You can play the purse game. Look online. There's lots of instructions. You can play those kinds of games at Grace Adele also. Models are key. I love to bring a person up to the front and teach everybody how to tie a scarf in several different ways. They love that. They love to learn. And if they see something cool that they didn't know before, they're going to want a scarf, because they're going to want to take a scarf home and try it themselves. And you will sell a ton of scarves if you teach people how to wear it as a vest or tie it up in a cool way. The last thing I want to talk about is the money objection for Grace Adele. And for some people, there is no objection. People love it. People will spend $80 on a bag, no sweat. But I know that my team and a lot of people here in rural Maine have a hard time with the money question. And people will look at you funny and say, those are nice, but how much are they? Tell me, how much are they really? And they are just waiting for you to tell them how expensive they are. And so I have started saying, instead of telling people that they are $80, because when I say that, sometimes, not always, but sometimes they go, yeah, no, I'm not spending $80 in a bag, and then they don't want to talk to you anymore. And the conversation is over, and they don't care to see Grace Adele ever again. So in order to avoid that from happening, I have started telling people, when they ask me how much are the bags, I say, I can help you get one for $40 or less. How does that sound? And $40 does not sound as scary as $80, because usually, even if they go to Target or Walmart and find a nice bag, that's going to probably be in that price range. So if I can help you get one of these bags for $40 or less, now you're interested. And now I'm going to get a booking, because that's the only way to do it. But that's one way that you can help to overcome that objection. The other thing is to change your own mind. You've got to remember, people will spend money. And $80, even if you think it's expensive, they may not think so. I encourage you, when you are out and about in the next couple of days, I want you to keep your spyglasses on and be looking and spying at all the women walking around. And I want you to count how many Coach purses or handbags or clutches that you see in a day. How many Coach? Do you know how much a Coach? Go to the Coach website. I just went there a few minutes ago. And a regular Coach bag, similar in size and style to our Giselle, is $300. Ours is $80. A wristlet, a little bitty wristlet, can be $150, $200. Their leather bags are upwards of $400. Our leather bags are only $200. So when you start seeing how many women out there are willing to spend that kind of money on a Coach bag, ours are cheap. And if you realize how inexpensive ours are compared to what people are actually paying for some stuff, then you start to realize you've got to research the market a little bit and know what's out there. And so if you start seeing people dropping money on those kinds of bags, then you know that Grace Adele is well within their price range for that kind of stuff. The other thing is to encourage guests at a party to save money by ordering together. Grace Adele's done a great job in our catalog now. People can shop for 20% using those bundles. And those bundles are flexible. If you do a jewelry bundle with a necklace and 2 pieces, those 3 jewelry items do not have to be from the same collection. They can be different things. In fact, you can get a necklace from one collection and 2 pairs of earrings from 2 different collections. You could get a necklace and 2 rings from completely different collections. So encourage customers at your party. If you find out they want that and they want that and they want that, let's put you guys together and now you all save 20%. They will love you. And then they will start looking at, well, what else can I get? So there's lots of ways to do that. And remember, don't judge people. You never know who is going to be the one that has a purse fetish. You never know which one just, was comfortable today and didn't get all dressed up. But really, they're fancy schmancy and got all kinds of jewelry and purses and stuff like that, and you just didn't think so. Never judge somebody based on what they look like, whether or not Grace Adele will be for them. You never know. And I have had parties in places that you would never imagine, and there are tons of groups of friends that can buy enough scarves and jewelry to make a party so that hostess can get half price. So don't underestimate. Go out, share Grace Adele as much as possible. Be confident and excited, and know that in several years, your Grace Adele business is going to be just as rocking as your Scentsy business. Absolutely. Have fun, and we'll see you again soon.